Hi, I did my author discussion on Malcolm X. First, talk about Malcolm X speeches, some of the phrases in the speeches. My personal favorite is the bottom one I had out. I have no mercy or compassion in me for a society that will crush people and then penalize them for not being able to stand up under the weight. Um, I mean, the rest of them are good, but I really feel like that one hits hard. Why he is important. Uh, some of the reasons why he's important. To start off, he was once a criminal, and ended up becoming a leading voice against racism. He was an African American leader in the civil rights movement, a minister, and a supporter of Black nationalism. He gave speeches on how to protect oneself as being of color and nonviolent teachings of Martin Luther King Jr. He disagreed with what Martin Luther King Jr. wanted. He thought that we should be separated, unlike how Martin Luther King wanted us to be united as Black and whites. He was a leader during the civil rights movement in America who wanted to make an impact on others and help due to him being so harassed by white individual groups during his life. During his early life, uh, the KKK harassed him often as a child growing up in Nebraska. He had his two parents, Earl and Louise. At the age of 4, his childhood home was burned down. They ended up moving to Michigan. They were also harassed by the Black Legion and the KKK when they ended up moving. After his father died, he grew up he grew up and started really going to school a lot and became super intelligent as a young man. After his father's death, uh, his mother ended up being hospitalized for mental illness. His dad was killed in a car accident, but the real cause was the Black Legion. Um, while living in Boston, uh, Malcolm got into a lot of trouble. He was first arrested and jailed for a couple of years. During that time, he wrote to his siblings a ton. Um, he also became interested in the leader of Islam, Elijah Muhammad, and he wrote a bunch of letters. And soon after, they ended up meeting. Referring to the class, Malcolm X made a huge impact on the way it is today. He showed his improvement through his speeches and his love for his people. During this class, we learn a lot about influential people back in time that have made an impact on other people's lives and also struggles that they face from being different. Um, Malcolm X's cause of death. On February 21st, 1965, Malcolm X was assassinated by what they thought by the Nation of Islam, which many Americans saw as a result of his current feud with them at the time. Malcolm X was shot multiple times and killed. The men that shot at him were supposedly 3 men. Um, and when that happened, he was in the middle of a ballroom giving a speech. And these men were members of the Nation of Islam. Their names were supposedly, they really don't know who exactly killed him. It's very confusing. There's some documentaries out, and I started to watch some of them. They're pretty interesting. Um, Back on track, supposedly was Muhammad Abdul Halim, Muhammad Aziz, and Khalil Islam Aziz, or Khalil Islam. And then Aziz and Islam were later exonerated, but it was too bad because only one of them was still alive at the time. Um, they were exonerated because there was a substantial amount of evidence that kind of came to light during the, I think it was 2021, around there, maybe a little earlier, but a lot of evidence came to light that was being withheld from the trial, which was just really, really bad for his kid, for their case. Kind of just had him locked up their whole life for doing nothing. And then those are my citations.